What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everyone? What is going on, everybody? Guess who's back, ladies and gentlemen? Big up to every single one of you guys. Listen, big up to every single one of you guys. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar PYT, ladies and gentlemen. And look, guys, I took a little bit of a break. I took a little bit of a break after the international break, after the coolest culture last week, guys. I took basically a whole week of break, guys. And listen. What's going on? Why is my thing slowing down? Come on, man. Don't do this to me today, man. Alright. But big up to every single one of you guys. I see some of you guys are already in the building. But yeah, man, listen. We took a little bit of a break, right? Obviously, international break time. So many stuff been happening, right? Football has been boring. The international break hasn't really shown. Dude, I don't know why my thing keeps slowing down. Give me a second. The hell? The hell? Sorry, guys. Give me a sec. All right, there we go. Anyway, so yeah, basically, guys, listen. The international break has been boring. There's not been a lot of football, guys. I know international break has been happening, but dude, it's boring as hell. There's not been a lot of content. Okay, guys? So I've been taking a hiatus. I kind of took a break, guys, and I had some, personal, private stuff I had to deal with. But listen, we are back. We are back. Because listen, we have been gone for a long time. But listen, I know you guys missed me. So you know what I thought today? I would give you guys a treat and bring back Blaugrana Buzz, ladies and gentlemen, where we obviously know Blaugrana Buzz, the number one stop shop for the latest Barcelona news, Barca-related stuff, guys. And we're going to get into it because there's a lot of things that been coming out of the club recently, man. Like, basically, bro, so many stuff been happening. We're going to do a recap of the international break. We're going to talk about the Camp now. We're going to be talking about Rashford. We're going to be talking about everything, guys. But big up to every single one of you guys. Let me start reading some of your chats. Big up to all the people who are already in here. Big up to you, Mohammed, brother. How you doing, man? I hope you're doing good, brother. I hope you are doing good. Big up to Tito in the chat. Big up to you, man. Big up to my guy Vini in the chat. Big up to you, Omar. Big up to you, my brother. And yeah, big up to every single one of you guys. Listen, we know Madridistas are here, Barca fans are here, everybody's here. But listen, since you guys are already here, smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button, share this on all socials. Get some people in here, man. Let's get some more people in here. But big up to every single one of you guys, and make sure you guys do your own thing, man. But look, like I mentioned, man, there's been no Barca football, no club football right now. There's been just international break. And listen, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The international break hasn't been necessarily even bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what you guys think, right? I haven't done any watch-alongs. I was planning on doing the Spain versus Turkey game, but dude, I couldn't find the game anywhere, right? I had to, some of these sites, man, they're cracking down on some of these sites. You feel me, right? Where you can watch the game. So unfortunately, I couldn't do the watch-along yesterday. But most importantly, I did watch the game. I did go back and watch the game. And listen, the Barca players, they impressed. The Barca players impressed, bro. That was an amazing performance, bro. We absolutely battered Turkey. Bro, the Barca players specifically, Yamal, Pedri was in the score sheet. He scored twice. Yamal did his thing. And of course, man, Ferran Torres also doing his thing during the games, guys, right? And listen, it was an amazing performance. And listen, I know there's a lot of things we need to get into because, look, you guys saw everything that happened during that game, right? I don't know what happened. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what happened. Like, I thought that game was going to be competitive. I mean, listen, don't get it twisted. I think Spain was still the favorites. But, dude, it wasn't even close. They absolutely gave them the beats, bro. Absolute beat down in that game, right? And like I mentioned, our players, man, listen, I keep telling people, I've told people times without numbers, these Madridistas, some of these people, right? Not even Madridistas, but just football fans, bro. They don't understand. I keep saying it. You see, when Barcelona do well, bro, Spain do well. Why? Because we basically are the national team. The core of this national team is Barcelona, bro. Right? Ferran Torres is the best striker in the Spanish squad right now. Who is their best player? Lamine Yamal. Pedri was cooking yesterday. Mikel Merino scored a hat-trick, bro. My guy is really actually adapting to being a striker these days, bro. Crazy. Right? But he scored a hat-trick in the game against Turkey. And look, it was an absolute beatdown. I'm not even going to lie, man. Big up to Catalande, bro. Give me a second. Let me actually show it on screen. I mean, listen, Omar, one second. I see your chat. Give me a second. Let me show you why I'm mentioning Ferran Torres, bro, before you start talking about, bro. Let me show you something. Bro, before you start going off. Listen, look at this. Look at this. Ferran Torres is... Look at this. Let me show you this, guys. Give me a sec. Do you see this, Omar? Do you see this? This is why I'm mentioning Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres is now become the 9th all-time leading goal scorer in Spanish football history. 9th, bro. 9th. Think about it, right? This guy barely even starts for Barca, right? This guy doesn't even start for Barca. This guy is our number 2 when it comes to strikers, right? And he's the 9th all-time leading goal scorer for Spain, bro. Spain. And this is one thing people choose to not this is the one thing that people choose to ignore, right? This is the one thing that people don't like to accept. But Ferran Torres, right, is, I'll be honest, I feel like I'm not comparing these two. I don't think he's the same level as this guy, but he is this version, this generation version of David Villa. And I'm not saying he's as good as Villa before people are, oh, you're comparing to Villa. My point is, if you look at Villa for Spain, bro, the guy always turned up. And I think if I'm not mistaken, he's Spain's all-time leading goal scorer, if I'm not mistaken. I think Villa might be. But, you know, David Villa was one of those guys who for years, right, in club level, he never really got the respect in club level. He never was given the respect. But whenever he wore the Spain shirt, bro, it's like he just turned Super Saiyan. You understand what I mean, right? It's like he just turned Super Saiyan, bro. He was absolutely cooking. I remember Euro 2008. I remember World Cup 2010. He obviously got injured in 2012 when they won the Euros, right? But, dude, those 2 tournaments, right? He was the best player in that Spanish squad. He was the one that was always carrying them during that time, right? And when you look at where Spain is now, bro, they're definitely missing a player of his level. They have never replaced David Villa. And this is the thing with Ferran, right? If I'm going to be honest with you, right? Ferran Torres is not the level of Villa, but he scores around the same conversion rate as a Villa. Let's be honest, bro. I know he didn't score enough in the last Euros, but dude, I've seen this guy put hat tricks. I've seen him score hat tricks in Euro. I think he scored in the Euro 2020. He scored a hat trick, if I'm not mistaken, right? This guy is always scoring goals for Spain. This is why Spain always call him up. No matter whether he's on the bench for Barca or he's starting every week, he's always there. Why? Because he's actually one of the most consistent players. He's one of the most consistent players. So people need to start putting some respect on Ferran Torres' name when it comes to Spain, bro, because he really does turn up for Spain. You understand what I mean, right? He's one of these rare players who, club level, is kind of like, because there's a lot of players, people don't realize, right? There's a lot of players who are like a Ferran Torres, right? Who don't have the club stature, right? I can give you an example. Someone like Lukas Podolski, someone like Miroslav Klose. You understand what I mean, right? These guys, if you look at Miroslav Klose for Germany, you would think this guy was one of the best strikers in the world. No, he wasn't. This guy barely cracked down 30 goals in his entire career for a season. I'm not even kidding. Go check his stats. Go check his stats, bro. The guy barely scored 25 goals in a season. Miroslav Klose, don't even get me started on that guy. That guy was, his career as a club player, bro, absolutely fraudulent. The guy played for Cologne, flopped at Bayern, went back to Cologne, went to Arsenal, and that was it. What did he do at Arsenal? Absolutely nothing. You understand what I mean, right? But whenever he put on the Germany shirt, bro, it was like he turned into the second coming of Messi, bro. That's why he was always playing for Germany. Same with Klose. That's Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres is that. Ferran Torres is the kind of guy who will never be remembered for his club career, even though he's got a great club career, right? I mean, he's not a great club career, but he's had a good club career, right? Most of the accomplishments he's made has been with the Spanish national team, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing, because this is the thing, bro. International football is a very, very short thing. And sometimes when you stand out in international football, it makes your career bigger than it should be. You understand what I mean, right? Miroslav Klose is the perfect example of that. If Miroslav Klose wasn't killing it in World Cups, nobody would remember who that guy is. That guy is currently the all-time leading goal scorer in World Cup history. Think about that. He broke, what's his name? R9's record for the most goals in a World Cup. But that guy is nowhere near. That guy couldn't lace one of R9's boots. But that's my point. But that's Ferran Torres for you, man. He is an absolute baller, man, right, for Spain. So put some respect on his name, man. He says, you treat them like actual turkey. Yes, we are very bad. Just say, Javi, man, bro, commiserations, man. I don't know what the hell happened. I'm not going to lie, bro. Spain, Turkey, bro. Did you? By the way, guys, for those of you guys who are in the chat, big up to every one of you guys. I see 63 people in here. Guys, we're only on 11 likes and we got 63 people in here. That's not, the conversion rate is terrible. Terrible conversion rate, guys. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Come on, guys. But, dude, my guy Turkish yesterday, bro. Turkish was so pissed off. He actually ended his stream in the 70th minute, guys. He just remembered that Mikel Merino scored a hat-trick and just said, nah, fuck it. Dude, he left the stream after that, bro. I'm just like, nah, man. They actually made my guy rage quit. They actually made him rage quit, man. Crazy. They actually made him rage quit. But, yeah, it is what it is. He says, you're lucky you didn't watch Rashford yesterday. Bro, I don't watch England, bro. I don't watch England. Listen, no one watches England unless you're English. Respectfully. Like, even English people don't watch England. Why the hell should I watch England, man? Nah, man. Man says, Ada is very overrated. My guy, the only highlight of the game is when he push Yamal, bro. Yeah, man. He says, Oyarzabal, you fraud. No. Listen, Oyarzabal might start, but dude, he doesn't have the numbers that Ferran Torres has. And also, let me remind you of this also, Omar. Oyarzabal is older than Ferran Torres. Oyarzabal has been playing for the Spanish national team since 2018. The guy's been playing for the Spanish national team since 2018, bro. You know when Ferran Torres started playing for Spain? 2020. This guy's had 2 years. He's got more. If I'm not mistaken, I swear Oyarzabal has more caps than Ferran, because they've been in the national team around the same time. But Ferran Torres has a better conversion rate than Oyarzabal. Come on, man. Yeah. I'm not saying Oyarzabal is bad. I'm just talking about Ferran Torres in general. You understand what I mean? Yeah, it says Barcelona need a left winger. We'll talk about that. And it says, I agree with you about Barca and Spain thing. Yeah, man, listen. Bro, stats don't lie. Stats doesn't lie, bro. It says, what does that prove? LMAO. Oyarzabal right now is the best striker for Spain. Oh, really? Is he still scoring goals? Because it's funny, did he score yesterday? Did Oyarzabal score yesterday? Did he score in their last game against Bulgaria? I'm just saying, bro. Ferran Torres is not starting and he's still scoring goals. I'm just saying. Just saying, Omar. And I'm not saying Oyarzabal is a terrible player, by the way, before people start. He says, why can't he do that for Barca? It's just one of those things, man. Sometimes players, they are better for their countries than they are for their clubs. Oh, he scored against Bulgaria. Okay, cool. He says, that's because we focus more on French players. Yeah, man, you guys are making the French national team better, man. I'm crazy. Most goals he scored is when Spain were at their worst. Yeah, here you go. It says, bro, I really thought the game would be a competitive match. I didn't think it will get cooked 6-0. They smoked them. Bro, no one expected that scoreline. You would be lying to your teeth if you thought that Spain were going to batter Turkey. I think many people thought that Turkey would win. I'm sorry, Spain would win. I think the majority of people thought Spain would win. However, here's the thing, right? This was away at Turkey. And Turkey don't even have a bad team, bro. Turkey actually have a very good team. They have guys like Çalhanoğlu in their team, Yildiz in their team. They have Arda Güler in their team, Atrokoglu in their team. They have a lot of good players. And they just absolutely battered them in their home stadium. Like, bro, that was a shameful performance from Turkey, man. They should really hang their heads in shame, bro. Look up to King City, says Villa was insane. Oh, he was absolutely insane. He says, Oyarzabal scored the winner in the Euro final. Okay, cool. It says Turkey was lucky. It could have been 9. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. These guys, their conversion rate was very poor. They could have lost by more. You're right. You're 100% right. It says, Al Omar, keep hating. Ferran Torres is literally their best striker. Keep denying. The fact is, Ferran is their best striker. It's the facts, man. Oyarzabal deserves credit. No, I'm not even saying Oyarzabal is bad. I'm just giving credit to Ferran Torres. I'm just giving credit to Ferran Torres. Spain and Barca look at his numbers last season. Facts. He says, it is what it is. He says, I wish he could have the same club career. Hey, listen, man. Sometimes it's not just meant to be. It says, Ada have to be overrated, man. Man lost the possession 17 times. I didn't even see him in that game. All I saw was Yildiz. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess it's making sense why they haven't been in the World Cup since 2002. Crazy, isn't it? Anyways, but listen, I know we talked about Ferran, but listen, let's talk about some of the other players, because it's not just Ferran that we need to put some respect on, guys. Okay, let's talk about this guy. Where is he? Let's talk about. You know what? Before we go to him, let's go to this guy next. Ladies and gentlemen, look at my baller. Man like Lamine, ladies and gentlemen. Numbers don't lie. You guys want to talk about stats, do you? Take a look at Yamal's stats. Take a look at Yamal's stats, ladies and gentlemen. Lamine Yamal has 15 GA for Spain. 6 goals and 9 assists. How many times has this guy played for Spain? Bruh. Seriously. How is this guy already got more GA than Vini has for Brazil? Seriously, how many caps does Yamal have? I need to check this. How many caps does Yamal have? Lamine Yamal. Okay, Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal has. Wait. Lamine Yamal has 23 caps, guys. Yamal has 23 caps, bro. 23. The guy has only played 23 times for Spain, and he's got 15 GA in 23 games. Hold on. Let me actually, let's put that hold on. Vinicius Junior's Brazilian caps. He's got, bro, my guy has 41 caps, bro. 41. Hold on. He's got 41 caps, okay? Okay, so how many? He's got 7. Oh my God. He's got 7 goals in 41 caps. 7 goals. Dude, literally. Yamal is 1 goal away from matching Vinicius's 41 caps. Nah, bro, this is crazy. And people want to talk about, and people want to make excuses for Yamal, for Vinicius's international career. I'm sorry, bro. I don't care what anyone says to me. People gonna say, "Oh, Brazil's team is not that good." Like Neymar had good teams with Brazil, but. Do you guys understand in the 2010s when Neymar was breaking into the scene? Do you guys have any idea the players that Brazil had at that time? They had Joe as their attacker. Brazil can call upon Richarlison and Pedro now, right? Do you know who Neymar's teammates were? Joe and Fred, guys. Joe and Fred. He had Hernandez. He had Fernando. He had Maicon. Willian. Who else am I missing? Bro? Dude, I'm sorry, man. I don't want to hear any BS coming out of anybody's mouth about, oh, this guy is overrated. Oh, this guy, this and this. Dude, Neymar was scoring at a consistent level for Brazil when Brazil were in the mud. Swimming in the mud. When they were swimming in the mud, he was basically carrying them. Yeah, people can talk about Vinicius now, but dude, when Vinicius was on Ballon d'Or level, bro, talk to me, why was this guy not performing? 7 goals in 41 games, bro. 7. You haven't even hit double digits yet, man. You're not even in double digits yet. This guy is about to hit double digits before you, and he hasn't even played 30 games for Spain yet, bro. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear this whole thing about, oh, but this guy, they're not the same. This guy is younger and this and this and this. I don't want to hear it. There's no excuse. There's absolutely 0 excuses, bro. You should have at least been in double figures by now. But you know who's going to be on double figures? This guy right here. Look at his performance yesterday, bro. They scored 6. He didn't even score yesterday, but how many assists did they put yesterday? I think he put 2 or 3 assists, if I'm not mistaken. Listen, seeing Yamal put those assists, bro, is giving me hope. It's giving me the hope that I need, that he's going to come back and he's going to start passing the ball. Because that's all I need you to do, Lamine. That's all I need you to do, okay? I just need you to pass the ball, buddy. Just pass the ball. You understand what I mean? But big up to every single one of you guys. Guys. I'm only on 14 likes. 14. I'm only on 14 likes. I don't understand this. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is Vinicius conversion rate, bro. This is Vinicius for Brazil, bro. I cannot believe there's people watching the stream. You guys are here enjoying the stream, and you're not even liking the stream. Crazy. Crazy. Smash the likes, you absolute frauds, man. So, Omar, did you watch the game? I did, but I couldn't do a watch along. Unfortunately, I had to find some other stuff. I couldn't watch fix the game on time to be able to do a watch along for the game yesterday, but I did watch it. It was but yeah, this is how did Turkey miss those cities? Yeah, they had a lot of good chances at the start of the game. They were very wasteful at the start of the game. They really were. They really were very wasteful. They needed to wake up, man. They needed to wake up. He says, I was watching the game. It was 2-0. I went to sleep. I woke up later, and the scoreline was 6. I was shocked. Crazy. He says, Pedri was insane. Yeah, we're going to talk about Pedri next. He says, oh, man was playing like Barcola right there. Yeah, Barcola is better, man. Vini, bro, that's extremely embarrassing. Crazy. He says, Yamal is really good. The only problem was his finishing. If this guy works on his finishing, he'll become an elite finisher over his real. He will really be cooking. I mean, I think that this is all things that he's gonna eventually, adapt to as time goes on, right? I wouldn't necessarily put too much, stress on it. You feel me, right? Because he's still he's still raw. He's still gonna get those parts of his game better as time goes on. There's 7 goals in 41 games. He says he was playing since Copa America when Brazil faced Argentina in the final. Crazy. He says, nah, this is inexcusable. He's terrible for Brazil. This is why when people always talk about this stuff, we're like, yo, Barcelona, yo, this guy's Vinicius, Brazilians don't rate him, bro. It's not. Tell me, it's not a lie, bro. It's not a lie. Let's be clear here, right? His numbers are not good enough for Brazil, so Brazilians don't rate him. Says, I haven't heard that name Fred in a while, hey, bro. Every time you're Brazilian, you hear the name Fred, all you remember is 7-1. All you remember is 7-1 on a real, bro. I'm sure if you're Brazilian, you're watching the stream. I've just brought PTSD, man. Sorry about that. I do apologize for the PTSD. But listen. I've already talked about Yamal, but I think it's time to talk about the main man. The star of the game yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the star of the game. The man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour, ladies and gentlemen. Pedri, ladies and gentlemen. Pedri, ladies and gentlemen. My guy yesterday was on smoke. My guy was on smoke. He absolutely ruined them, bro. Did you guys see that first goal? From outside the box? My guy Pedri is channeling his inner Steven Gerrard, bro. I don't know what's been going on with this guy, but he's been channeling his inner Steven Gerrard these days, bro. Tell me, brother. Tell me right now, man. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Is he not challenging his inner Steven Gerrard? First of all, he scores that absolute battery ram against Levante. Everyone thought, yeah, he would not score a better goal than that. He says, it was so nice, I had to do it twice, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? The absolute curl he put against Turkey, that opening goal, chef's kiss, ladies and gentlemen. But here's the funny thing, bro. Am I surprised? No. Why should I be surprised? Why should I be surprised, ladies and gentlemen? Why should I be surprised? After all, this is Pedri we're talking about here. Man like Pedri. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Pedri in his last 6 games for Spain, 3 goals, 2 assists. 3 goals, 2 assists, ladies and gentlemen. He's got 5 GA in 6 games in the midfield of Spain. And every time I sit here and I talk about the fact that that the Spain national team is basically Barcelona plus everyone else. I mean, look at this picture. You got Pedri and Marco Correa, both of them. One of them is a Barcelona product. The other one currently plays for Barcelona, ladies and gentlemen. Not to mention Yamal, Kobashi. Am I finished? Even Gavi, when he returns, he's going to be in the team. Right? Like, bro, Ferran Torres. Like, literally, bro, Spain are in an incredible generation of team where they could potentially win the World Cup next year, and it's going to be Barcelona players. It's going to carry them to the World Cup again. Again, ladies and gentlemen. Again. And like that, my guy Pedri. Bruv. Pedri, bro. His performance yesterday was elite. Like, dude, this is why when I call this guy the best midfielder in the world, bro, put some respect on his name, bro. There is not a player in the world that is better. The midfielder in the world is better than this guy. Forget Vitinha. I rate Vitinha. But Vitinha doesn't talk to Pedri, bro. Vitinha doesn't talk to Pedri. Pedri is the best midfielder in the world right now. He's the best midfielder in the world right now. No one touches Pedri, bro. No one. If you are someone that just watches football matches, you just sit down and you just watch the game, right? You're not trying to like analyze. Like, you know, people always like to look at GA. I know I showed the GA, but you see what makes Pedri so special is that Pedri is one of those players you don't see what he's doing. Those players are rare gems, right? You don't see their off the ball movement. You don't see them on the ball. You don't see what they're doing. They're just in the shadows, just playing their game, right? Playing their game. But let me tell you something. The moment they're not in the squad, oh, you're gonna notice them. You're gonna notice them, bro. You're gonna see you're gonna see them, bro. They're going to stick out like a thumb, bro. They're gonna stick out like a thumb. And Pedri is that kind of player, bro. I'm telling you, man. Listen. I'm not gonna lie, right? The international break for the Spanish national team, Spanish players, right, for Barcelona, amazing international break. It's exactly what they needed. After that poor performance against Rayo, they needed that kind of performance. Like Yamal, he cooked yesterday. Pedri cooked yesterday, right? Ferran Torres came off the bench, cooked yesterday. Heck, even Kobashi didn't do badly in the international break either. And these guys needed this. They needed that motivation. They needed that, you know, kind of, forgetting about like the issues that they had. Give me a second, guys. Let me close my window. Sorry, guys. There was something going. I had to turn it off. But the Spanish players, bro, for the Barcelona team, all of them absolutely cooked in this game. All of them, bro. All of them. But listen, obviously Barcelona is not the only. It's not only the Spain team, because there's another one we need to talk about. Listen, I know we've all been happy. We've all been having a lot of jokes, but you know, it's not all great, unfortunately, when it comes to the international break for Barcelona. Unfortunately, it says Pedri has no haters. If someone hates him, it's because he has cooked your team. Hey, listen, talk about it, man. Talk about it. Anyways, it says, by the way, Omar, we need to talk about a certain left winger. Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Am I missing someone? Guys, 16 likes, guys. We're not on 20 likes yet. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Disgusting, bro. I'm absolutely embarrassed by what I'm seeing, man. It's embarrassing. I feel physically sick. Crazy, man. It says, it's finally over. Thank God. I hit international break. They ruined matches. Barcelona, PSG, Dembele, and Doué injury. The fuck. WTF. WTF, I wanted to see Barcelona face them and smoke PSG with Dembele and Doué. Bro, that sounds like a PSG problem, not a Barca problem, bro. I am not worried about that club. Says, he just proved that he's the best midfielder and shushed his haters. Facts. Says, Pedri ended Calhanoglu's career with that first goal. Yo, Calhanoglu hasn't been the same, bro, ever since last season, bro. I'm telling you. It says Real Madrid fans be like, Bellingham is better than him. What a joke. Pedri is miles clear of Bellingham. It says, what happened next season? He's ghosted. He said he would do it 10 times better, harder, and flopped 100 times harder. You're telling me a player like that deserves the Ballon d'Or? Hey, look, man. We don't even get into all of that. It says the chat is moving like gorilla tonight. Totally trash. I don't know, man. Well, I'm only on 17 likes, man. I don't know why, bro. The people in here are not smashing the likes yet. But listen, let's continue. Big up to my guy Vigo in the chat. But look, unfortunately, guys, I think we need to talk about this, guys. I'm sorry. I know we're all having fun here, right? But it's not all fun and games, guys, because, yeah, Netherlands played against Poland about a few days ago, and unfortunately, Frenkie de Jong in the last international break. Is it today? Are they playing today? I don't even know, but I know that he's not supposed to play in their second international break, and this is the reason why, guys. Frenkie de Jong suffered a minor injury to his external abductor muscle on his right thigh, on his right leg. Sorry. His recovery will determine his availability. Now, this is bad news. And this, unfortunately, is the downside of the international break. There's always an injury somewhere. All I prayed for was for my players to go to the international break and come back in one piece. But, nah. Just before the international break was just about to end, we get this. There was even talks of Yamal potentially even being injured. Thankfully, he came back. But oh my God, man, I'm actually disgusted, man. This is why I hate international break, because you just pray that your players don't get injured, none of this stuff. But look at this, guys. They're saying no risk will be taken. Frenkie de Jong. With Frenkie de Jong, he's been ruled out of the Valencia game and is the doubt for the Newcastle game. I mean, look, it's still early in the season, and as much as, I'm very unhappy about this, I don't think it's a serious injury, and I think he'll be back very, very soon. You understand what I mean, right? And look, when you look at if there's any positives to spin from this, is that Barcelona, we have a very, very incredible depth when it comes to our midfield, right? With De Jong unfortunately now being out, that means that Casado will get more opportunity. Bernard will potentially be brought into the squad. We could even see Dr. Diarra get an opportunity, I feel like there will be a lot of because our midfield depth is so crazy, and I also think that is why the club is not risking it. That's why they're like, listen, we're not gonna risk you. You're not gonna play in the game against. I'm sorry, you're not gonna play in the games against Valencia. You're not gonna play against Newcastle, because it's like, bro, we need you for the rest of the season. So you take your time, get your rest, and then come back. You understand what I mean, right? When you're fully recovered. And look, this is unfortunate, right? But I think that, I think when the injury occurred in the game against Poland, I think it was De Jong who actually pulled out of the international break, because he felt like, he didn't want to extend the injury. So he decided to just, decide last minute to be like, all right, listen, man, I'm going to leave, right? I'm going to go back to Barcelona and I'm going to try to recover. And look, I'm not happy about this, but it is what it is. Right? I'm very, very disturbed about this, but I don't think it's too much of an injury. You feel me, right? Says, yeah, come on, 65 people watching, bro. I don't know. I don't know. People, I don't know, man. I should be on 20 likes already, but I'm not even on 20, man. I'm not even on 20. Embarrassing. I feel physically sick. It's embarrassing. Anyways, he says, I wanted to I wanted to cook a full strength PSG team, but we'll take it since we have injuries of our own. There you go, man. Look at DM saying Kubashi. This guy says, damn. He says Fabian Ruiz also got injured, by the way. Jesus. Hey, listen, man. Listen, that's what happens in the international break, guys. One club ends up getting shafted. It happens every international break. One club always ends up getting shafted during the international break. And unfortunately for PSG, it's you. You're the club getting shafted. You're the club that's just gotten shafted, bro. You've lost Dembele, Doué, and now Fabian Ruiz. Bro, they lost 3 of their best players, bro. That is actually crazy. Their three most important players in their whole team are the ones who are out. I'm actually crazy. It's actually insane. It's actually insane, but hey, that's not my problem. Not my problem at all. Says Dinhuizen, man, I'm jealous of this guy. He went to Madrid and he fits Barcelona system. I said it before. I knew he was gonna fit. I knew he fit our system. But hey, it is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Says, bro, Frenkie has injury problems, man. Same thing last season. He missed most of the first games. I really think Barca should cash in on Frenkie next summer and get a striker, a top centre back. Hey, man, listen, I think that he does a lot of good work in the team, but we'll see what happens. He says, at least the best midfielder in the world, Pedri Gonzalez Garcia, is fine. Crazy. He says, international break after 3 games is pathetic. I've always said this. I've advocated it before. I've said, bro, we need to start playing the international break around October. I mean, what's the point? We play international break September, October, November. Why don't we just start October, November and do it in December? But no. And you know what's crazy, right? There's so many games happening this year, guys, right? People think there was a lot of football last year. This is gonna be different this year. Because this year, we got the World Cup, right, qualifiers. It's gonna go to playoffs. So there's gonna be more games happening, right? So many more games. The games are not finished by any stretch of the imagination, right? And then this is the best part. You've got the AFCON happening in December. Or is it November? I know it's around December, November, December. I think it's December, right? You got the same time that tournament is happening. I think that's the same time the World Cup qualifiers is going to happen. And also, not to mention, they're going to be playoffs. So I think the playoffs is going to happen during December too. Dude, there's going to be so much international football this year. It's going to be a joke. And then we go into 2026, right? You got the teams prepared in for the World Cup. So it's going to be like a lot of international friendlies during the March. And then there will be international friendlies after the end of the season. Then we have to go play in the World Cup. Which, by the way, look at the amount of games that we're going to have in the World Cup, guys. I'm telling you, man, this is going to be a long season for the players, man. I actually feel bad for the players. We have Casado and Bernard. We got it. Yeah, we do. We'll see what happens. It says, come on, 65 people watching this live and only 17. Come on, guys. Listen, I'm on 21 likes now, so yeah, hopefully you guys can get me to 30 likes soon. This is the time where Casado will show why he's better than De Jong because he's injured. I mean, he did it last season. It says, PSG even lost Enrique, even though he's the coach. Damn, man, PSG cook. Yeah, I heard apparently he had like a little mini accident. Not a car accident. I think he just I think he might have been strolling with his bike or something and he just suffered like an injury. It's just a minor injury. I don't think it's too bad. He says, I'm sorry. It says, if Christensen gets injured, we are effed. That donkey Araujo is going to start. Hey, listen, don't put it in the air, man. He's not injured. He says, it's time to sell these injury-prone players. He says, don't chat to me about, my goodness gracious me. Bro, Vigo, you go too far. Sometimes I get worried. This is why I always have to read your chats before you say, because you move mad in the chat. It says, Dembele out for 2 months. And you know what's funny, right? I know, obviously, I'm never going to be this guy that's going to be kicking a player while they're down. But you know what's funny, right? Yesterday, when I was watching that France game against Ukraine, and he held his tie, all it reminded me is just those years at Barca, bro. Because it's the same injury. It's the same injuries, guys. The same injuries that he was having last season, all those seasons at Barca, his thigh muscles. Every single time, it was his thigh muscles. They were always taking him out of the Barca team. Every single season, thigh muscles. Every single season, bro. To see him hold his thighs like, bro, well, looks like Barca Dembele is back. And now look at that. He's out for 2 months. No shocks. He used to have thigh issues at Barca, and then he'll be out for 3 months. And now here it is. There's a possibility that the De Jong, that Doué held back. Let's hope at least we'll see Doué. It'll be nice to see Doué versus Yamal. Word watching match. It says Doué versus Yamal. That would be word the match to watch. Listen, I don't care, bro. I'm not interested in verses. Okay? I'm not interested in verses. They've made it. They have to make it earlier to space the World Cup qualifiers away from actual World Cup itself. Well, you know why this is not happening, D-Money? You want to know why, D-Money? It's because of the Nations League. Yeah, I'm not lying. Guys, let me tell you how things used to work back in the day, right? Back in the day, before the Nations League happened, whenever like there was either a World Cup or a Euros, Copa America, whatever it was, right? You see the first international breaks, right? After the international tournament, they were all international friendlies. And because they were international friendlies, coaches never brought their best players. It was always rotating the squad. Always just rotating the squad. Because it was so competitive. It was an international friendly. You could literally just bring your second team. Doesn't matter, bro. You understand what I mean, right? And because of that, clubs could basically say, no, I'm not giving you my player. You're playing an international friendly. I don't have to give you my players, right? So the players could just say, listen, man, it's international break. It's just a friendly. I'm not going. You understand what I mean, right? But now, UEFA, the absolute frauds that they are, it brought the Nations League. CONCACAF got the Nations League, right? And all for what? Because they want to make international football, international breaks more interesting. Bro, we don't need it to be interesting, bro. Some of us don't even like international break. They could have just left it the way it was and left the international friendlies. That way, clubs could just easily just rotate their whole squads. And you know what's funny when you rotate a squad, right? This is why coaches, unfortunately, can't risk bringing certain players. Because here's the thing, right? Sometimes you have to bring these players, right? In a Nations League where it's competitive. World Cup qualifiers where it's competitive. You can't always give players their first caps. You understand what I mean? You can't give them. If this was an international break where it was just friendlies, Joan Garcia would have probably been called up by Spain to start, right? Alex Baena would have been called up. Yeremy Pino would have been called up. So many players would have been called up during this international friendlies. Pedri wouldn't have been called up. Yamal wouldn't have been called up. Dinhuizen wouldn't have been. I mean, Dinhuizen would probably be called up because he doesn't play enough for Spain, but maybe not. Right? And this is the thing. Barcelona, if it's an international friendly, can say, well, we're not giving you Yamal. We're not giving you Pedri. We're not giving you De Jong. We're not giving you any of these guys. Because you're playing a friendly, bro. Why do you need him for international friendly? It's an international friendly, bro. Just go. Just give this opportunity to the other young players, you know, who want to prove themselves. But now, that's not the case. Now, that's not the case now, unfortunately, guys. Now, football is completely broken, right? Nations League now means that you have to bring your best players every single international break. And if it's not Nations League, it's World Cup qualifiers or European qualifiers. And the Nations League is the most pointless tournament, I swear, in football, bro. It's so pointless. What is the point of it? Oh, we just want to bring a international version of the UEFA Champions League. Bro, nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that. Many people don't like international break, and you just did it for what? Cash. Dude, I'm telling you, man, this is why, guys, right? I'm being dead serious, right? This is the reason why I don't care what anyone thinks of this Super League. Because people like to do, because you know what it is with football fans, right? They have such a short memory. They do this thing where they were like, Nations League, it doesn't think about the fans. What? See, this is the thing, right? That's what they try to do. They try to make it seem like this is an attack on on football, on the fans. They don't care about the fans. They all united and they all try to ruin it. But here's the funny thing, bro. Do you think these current tournaments right now, the FIFA tournaments, the UEFA tournaments, do they care about the fans? Do you care about the fans that you're playing the first Club World Cup in the United States of America? A country that is not a footballing nation, right? Right? Do you care about the fans? Does La Liga care about the Villarreal and Barcelona fans when they're trying to play a La Liga game in Miami this year? Do they care about the fans then? Do they care? Dude, I'm telling you, man, this football, bro, is just, you see these government bodies, they're all a bunch of hypocrites. Every single one of them. This is why when the whole Super League happened, I didn't even call it out. What's the point? What's the point? These people are all a bunch of hypocrites, bro. They're trying to make it seem like they're trying to seem like they care about the fans. Bro, you don't give a damn about any of us. It's all about money. It's all about money. Taking the World Cup and playing the first ever Club World Cup and playing in the United States was the dumbest idea I've ever seen. Playing the Copa America here a few years ago. All of it is all about money. This is my point. This is my point, and this is why I don't believe this guy. Because here's the thing, right? Players always complain about the Nations League, and I get it. Dude, these players are playing 50, 60 games every single year. And then we're surprised when these players get injured. It gets to a point where I feel like this whole thing is gonna create a war between clubs and countries. You understand what I mean, right? Where clubs eventually are gonna ask for more rights to their players, not wanting their players to leave for international break. Because eventually they're just gonna be like, bro, we can't keep letting our players leave because we're paying these players wages, right? We're paying these players wages. We let them go to play for their nations. You guys bring them back crocked. And you do nothing. So after you guys bring them back injured, we have to take care of them while they're injured. And then once they're physically recovered, we want them back. That's my point. But I'm just sick and tired of this whole thing, man. Anyway, let me continue reading your chats, man, because I wanna move on quickly to the next point. But big up to every one of you guys. Smash the like button, guys. We're only on 22 likes. Get us to 25 likes or 30 likes soon, guys. PSG think they can live without a goalkeeper like Donnarumma. He saved them many times. Chavagneux is good, but never a game changer in goal. Bro, it's too early to say that, to be honest. He says, this is too much, man. The players are human, not robots. They're playing almost 100 games. Dude, I do feel bad. That's why I actually feel bad for the players. Because I'm telling you, this is what I said, bro. These government bodies don't give a damn about these players. They don't give a damn about fans. They don't give a damn about any of us, bro. They don't care. They don't care. They're making these players play 100 games every single year. And guess who's making the most money? Is it the players? Is it the players that are making the most money out of this? Thank you. I don't want to hear nothing. You know why? Do you know why they had such a problem with the Super League? Because the Super League, the whole idea of the Super League was the clubs are going to be the ones making the most money. Not the government bodies, the clubs. This is why Real Madrid were open to it. Barca were open to it. All of these clubs were open to it. Everyone wants to, dunk on it. But dude, the Super League when it was created, it was the most revenue was going to go straight to the club's pockets. And UEFA and FIFA and any of these government bodies, none of them were going to get even one dime. And that's what pissed them off. The fact that they were not getting a dime out of these clubs, out of this tournament. Not one. They're hypocrites, man. Absolute hypocrites. Absolute hypocrites, bro. And you know what's funny, right? Do you know how you know these guys are hypocrites? You want to know how you know these guys are hypocrites? Do you guys remember when they showed the format of the Super League? It was supposed to be a European League format, right? When the whole Super League thing was scrapped, tell me why, within 2 years after the Super League, the Champions League format looks a lot like the Super League format. Anyways, Chevalier is not experienced. I'm definitely sure it will cost them in the UCL. I don't see a pathway we sign Julian Alvarez. Hey, listen, man, it's too early to say. That's next season, man. I'm not worried about next season. He says, Dembele is meant to stay as a striker and stay healthy. He played in the wings and gets hurt. He says, Doué won't be in a rush to recover to face Yamal. Must have PTSD from the Nations League semis. He says, Jean Garcia plays for Catalonia. Bro, I'm sorry. So does Eric Garcia. So did Xavi. So did Iniesta. So did Pep Guardiola. So did, what's his name? Gerard Piqué. Yeah, they all play for Catalonia too, Omar. But didn't they also play for Spain? Last time I checked, Catalonia is not an independent nation. I know they're striving for independence, but they're not an independent nation. Wow. What the hell is going on in the Italy game? Crazy. But yeah, doesn't matter. I'm sorry, Catalan. Unfortunately, Catalan is not a recognized country in the eyes of FIFA. So, yeah, these guys, he's still eligible to play for Spain until then. Bro, I don't think Barca should get Alvarez because Hansi Flick wants Lewandowski kind of striker similar to him, who is tall, strong, and can win the ball in the air. Julian Alvarez is not that kind of number 9. I think I'd like international break. I'm not a club head. Euros and World Cup, anyways. I know nations. I don't know about Nations League. They can keep that. See, this is the point. I love international break too, D Money. I love international break too. I don't want to seem like I'm an international break hater. I don't hate the international break. I actually like the international break. Right? I do. But my point, but the point still stands. You understand what I mean, right? The point still stands that Barcelona, when you look at international football, right? There's too many games. But the international break in the past, right? When they used to have international friendlies, clubs didn't complain because they could easily just say, all right, my player is not going then. If it's just an international break, then my player is not going. You understand what I mean, right? Yeah, so yeah, international break is that's the thing. But now, because now all the games are competitive and now the clubs can now say, oh, we need our players, we need these players, we need that player, we need this player, we need that player. It's absolutely disgusting. I actually really love the 2025 Nations League, but there's too many games. But now there are too many games. Dude, I don't like the Nations League, man. I don't like it. Ancelotti refused to let Rafinha go back to Barcelona. He wants him to play in the next national friendly match. He didn't even call up Vini, Militao, even Rodrigo. I really think he has an agenda going on there. I mean, they're playing a World Cup qualifier. They're not playing a friendly. So, and also apparently I've heard that Rafinha will be rested. He will be rested. So yeah. Says, bro, everybody cries about every new tournament that comes out. They glaze it a few years later. And don't get it twisted. The Nations League is not going anywhere. But the flag still remains, bro. It's too many foot tournaments, man. And do you guys remember when they tried to say they were going to make the World Cup every 2 years rather than every 4 years? Do you guys remember that? Thank you. I went a few World Cup 94 games here in the US. Hey, you went to the 94 World Cup. Ah, damn. My guy was watching football games since before I was born, Says they effing ruined the best matches in this international break. There's no passion in football in the USA. It's all about for the money. Yeah. But these government bodies, they care about us, the fans, bro. Can you believe that Memphis is the highest goal scorer for Netherlands over all the Dutch legends? This unnecessary international breaks tournaments have killed the value of international games. Nah, man, I feel like that is a disrespect to Memphis. Memphis has always turned up. Bro, you know what it is with Memphis, right? Memphis is actually one of the best Dutch players to ever turn up for the Dutch national team. I'm being dead serious. The way Memphis Depay turns up for the national team, I never saw Robin turn up for that way. Schneider turned like that in the 2010 World Cup. I've never seen Van Nistelrooy turn up like that. Kluivert never turned up like that. Dude, so many great players for the Netherlands did not turn up for the Netherlands like he used to turn up. Memphis' career for Netherlands should be respected. He always turned up for his country, man. So, nah, man. Big up to you, Mark. Big up to you, brother. He says, holy S. Italy were 4-2 up. Now they're 4-4. Dude, I don't know what is going on with Italian football. It is just a weird. I heard it's 5-4 now. But my God, I don't know what is happening. Anytime we said this about the Club World Cup, they said, oh, you're just saying that because your team wasn't in it. But now, a lot of those Club World Cup players aren't turning up injured. Huh! This is a massive issue over here, complaining about the lack of quality. Then we criticize the players for complaining about the amount of games they have to play. Dude, I have nothing against players complaining about the amount of games they have to play. I remember a few years ago, Courtois was complaining about it. I agree with him. I don't like Thibaut Courtois personally, but he made a good point, bro. What's the point of playing all these games? And remember, he was playing a third place playoff game. I was like, bro, what the hell are you guys making us play third place games? What is the point of these games, bro? You're just trying to play. You're just trying to work us to death. 5-4 Italy. I don't know what is going on. It says, have you seen the drama between France football and PSG staff? Bro, it was just a matter of time before they clashed, bro. It's just a matter of time, bro. Two of their best players have been injured, right? So yeah, it says the reason I said I don't see the pathway to sign on Julian Alvarez is because Atleti paid 95 million for him and they sell well. I don't see them selling him for less than 130 based on I don't think we can afford him. Hey, listen, man, we'll see what happens next year. That's the thing, D-Money. Then what happened to Italy, man? The downfall is crazy. They haven't qualified for a World Cup. They can't even qualify for World Cups. What a sad downfall. True statement, bro. True statement. True statement has never been said. Guys, smash the likes, man. We're only on 23 likes. We're not on 30 likes yet, and that is not acceptable. We got 70 people in here. That's not acceptable. But yeah, it's sad, man. They haven't been in a knockout phase since I was 10 years old. No, I'm not even 10. I was 9. The last time Italy went to a knockout phase, I was 9 years old. The last time they went to a World Cup, I just finished high school. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man with a mortgage. And I've still not seen Italy go to a World Cup. This has got to be the worst decline, one of the worst declines in football history, bro. What the hell happened to this nation, man? What the hell happened to this nation? He says, they've already qualified, so they don't need Rafinha. Hey, listen, man, it is what it is. But look, guys, let's move on. It says, imagine having to play PSG game on the Johan Cruyff Stadium. You know what, guys? Thank you, Kosha, because because you know what, you've actually taken me straight to the next point. Let's go into it. Let's get straight into this talk, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, give me a second. My internet is starting to bug again. Give me a second. Let me fix this quickly. Whew. Well, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. No Camp Nou return this month. Barcelona will play Valencia. In the Stadio Johan Cruyff, it will host the next 2 games at the Montjuic. Guys, you know, I could just start crashing out and shouting and screaming and doing all of that. But you know what, guys? Bear with me, because I want to show you all something. Give me a second. Let me pull this up. Because, you know, people always say, Omar, you're always negative, right? You're always trying to be negative. Why can't you just support the team? Why can't you just support the players? Right? People always like saying that to me. Okay, no problem. ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. Do you all remember last week's Blaugrana Buzz when we were talking about the stadium? You guys remember this? This was last week, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give you all a little bit of a preview of what I said last week. And let's analyze. Listen to what I said, ladies and gentlemen. Now look, man. I know people are expecting me to jump around and celebrate. Finally, Barcelona get to play in the Camp Nou. Long last, this and this and this and this and this and all of that. But guys, bear with me for a second, guys. Because here's the thing, okay? I've gotten to a point now where I have trust issues when it comes to this club. I have trust issues, guys. I have trust issues. I don't trust anything this club now tells me. I don't trust what this club tells me. The club tells me, oh, we're good in the transfer window. We're gonna get the players we need. We don't get them. Oh, we're gonna start the season out of Camp Nou. Or we don't get them. You know what's funny, right? This news came out last night. Last night, right? Late last night. And when I first saw it, I said, okay, cool. And then today, this morning, I saw something about, they said there was something else that we needed to do before we were actually confirmed to play our next game when they come now. And you know, when I heard that, yeah, I said, this just stinks of what happened a few weeks ago, like earlier last month, where we said we were going to return to the Camp Nou, and then a few snags here and there, and then all of a sudden there was a delay. Look, man, I'm at a stage now where I'm like, bro, until I see Barcelona play a game at the Camp Nou against Valencia, until the international break ends, and I see the Spotify Camp Nou, and I see the stadium, that is the only time I'm going to believe that we're back. From all the talks, they're saying that now it's going to happen. We're going to return back to the Camp Nou, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't trust anything this club tells me anymore, man. I cannot. All right, let's just stop right there. Stop right there. I said this last week, guys. I said this last week. I said, I don't care what the club says. I don't care how many things that they try to explain it and spin it and say, La Liga have given the green light. UEFA have given the green light. I said, until I see Barcelona actually play on the Camp Nou against Valencia on that Sunday night, and I see the Camp Nou live and direct, I don't believe a word that is coming out of this club. I'm not even shocked. I'm not even angry. I'm not pissed. I don't feel anything. Because I had a feeling this was going to happen. Literally, you guys saw the video. You saw the video. The video doesn't lie. I saw something, guys. I just didn't want to count my chickens yet. I didn't want to celebrate going back to the Camp Nou finally. Because I said to myself, no. This club has done this before. They've done this before. They've come out here, fed us a bunch of lies, and then ended up going back on their word. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Until I see some changes, I refuse to believe anything that this club tells me. And here it is. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Once again. And you know what's funny, right? I don't even know why this time it's been delayed. Because from all the information that we've been told, is that Barcelona were given the green light by La Liga. That's what they told us. That's what I heard. That's what all these other content creators. And here's the thing, right? Let me be clear here, right? I'm not even going to call out, I'm not calling out anyone. I'm not going to call out the Barca content creators. Because here's the thing. Whether it's Barca Volume, Barca React, Talk FCB, Barca Boy, Blaugrana Zone, Barca Media, Barcelona universe, any of these content like Rashad Rahman, doesn't matter who it is. They come out, they say things like, we're back in the stadium. I want you all to understand, the people who are watching this. When it comes to these content creators or these people who are coming out saying these things, they are replying to what they have been told by the club. The club tells them, we are back in the stadium. So they relay that information to the public. And the public then see it. And for people like me who are content creators, we now come out and we say, all right, we're back in the stadium. Guys, why is it that when this thing came out, Barca Value made a video, Barca React made a video, they all made separate videos talking about the return to the Camp Nou. I did not. I only mentioned it on my Blaugrana Buzz. I didn't bother to make a video because I was like, bro, I'm not going to make a video just so that a week or two later, there's a delay. I refuse to. And here it is. Here it is, guys. There was something in my heart that told me not to make the video, and here it is. This is now a joke. This, ladies and gentlemen, is truly a joke. We are a laughing stock. We really are. Bro, this club is run by clowns. I don't even care anymore, man. They really are. You know, let me put it to you this way. You know what Barcelona act like? Or Laporta and the people that run the club, you know what they act like? This is the kind of person that they're like. If Barcelona was a human being, right, this is what they would be. They would be that guy who you would loan money to. They will come to you and say, bro, can I borrow $10? And they say, okay, you give me $10, I will give you the money back next month. So you give them the $10, expecting the money will be back next month. So they come out and they tell you, yo, I got your money. On the 10th of October, the money is yours. And you're sitting there telling everybody, yo, I'm getting my money back finally, man. It's been a while, but I'm finally getting my money back. Great. And the guy in Barcelona, the person who you lend the money to, is telling everyone, don't worry, man, I got him. I told everyone I was going to give him his money back. Check it out. We're going to give him his money back, man. And then we get to the 1st of October. And all of a sudden now, I'm sitting there saying, Barcelona is sitting there saying, oh man, unfortunately, bro, I had a little bit of a incident and my car broke down, or a family member got sick. So unfortunately, I had to use the money to take care of that. I'm sorry, man. I'll give you the money back later on this month. And you're thinking, oh shit. You know, you can't prepare for those. You know, it's a personal stuff. Fine, no problem. No problem. I got you. Then guess what? The end of the month happens. Oh, bro, I'm sorry, man. I couldn't bring the money again. I had the money last week. I was going to give you the money today, but unfortunately, this is the reason why I couldn't give you the money. You make an excuse after excuse after excuse. No matter how many excuses, no matter how realistic these excuses make, eventually they start being realistic and they start sounding like excuses. You know, if Barcelona were smart, you know what you would have done? Once you borrow someone the money, you tell them, yo, listen, I got so many stuff that is happening in my life right now. Right now, I can't give you an estimated date of when I'm going to bring the money. But I promise you, brother, I will give you the money as soon as I can. Let me deal with this situation first, and I got you, no matter what. You know, when you do something like that, you haven't given the person an estimated time of when the money is coming, but at least they know that eventually you will give them the money back. So they know. They understand that, okay, he's got so many stuff that he's doing right now. When he's got those things done, he will return. Barcelona are like that. If Barcelona could easily just come out and say something like, the stadium is going to be ready by the start of the season. It will be ready maybe around the end of 2025. I cannot guarantee you guys that we will start our season at the Camp Nou, but I promise you all that we will end our season at the Camp Nou. You know, if the club told that to the fans, if they had told that to the fans would have said, okay, cool. The club haven't told us that we're going to be back at the start of the season. They didn't tell us we're going to be back in the middle of the season, but they did tell us that we'll be back before the end of the season. So we will wait. Right? But the club always does this thing where they're like, no, we're going to be back. We're going to be back next month. No, we're going to be back in 2 weeks. No, we're going to be back in the first game of this new season. Stop lying. Stop it. Stop the lies. You sound embarrassing, man. It's actually embarrassing how backwards this club is. They can't just sit down and say, hey, we can't do this. I'm sorry. But it is what it is. I'm just sick to my stomach, man. And I don't even want to talk about this thing anymore. Let me read some of your chats. You know. Pick up to Kushara. Says, Laporta isn't perfect. He is the best we have. Never disrespect the work he has done to bring the club back to the great. Bartimea and Sanders dig this together. Bruh, it doesn't matter, bro. Just because he's fixed the club doesn't mean he's perfect. Okay? He says, bro, I really blame Laporta. These clowns didn't make the signings we needed in the summer. We needed a striker, center back. We didn't. This club can't be serious. Barcelona always make crackhead promises. That's my point, and that's what really pisses me off. This club always make promises. Stop making promises to the fans. Like, bro, why is it that this club, right, is obsessed with always trying to give the fans false hope? I don't know why the club is so obsessed with doing that. They always like to give us, the fans, false hope every single time. And without fail, we're always doing this. It makes no sense to me. Barca gave all the green lights except the one from the city council, which is the important one, the one that matters the most. The Catalan city council isn't corrupted like Madrid, and we are not gonna get favorable decisions. But you know what's funny, Koshara? The club knew this, so why is it that the club promised us we were gonna be back in the Camp Nou? Why didn't they wait until the city council confirmed it? Why didn't they wait until the city council confirmed it? Why? Why? This is why I refused to believe that we were back in the Camp Nou, because I was like, bro, I've seen this story before. Until I see us return to the Camp Nou, I don't believe it. I won't believe it. Embarrassing. An example would be Bastoni and the Sweet Prince, both playmaking defender, but not Italian defenders. Anyways, Barcelona hype up their club decisions in reality when reality hits. Bro, the video there shows it, and this is why a lot of these fans, this is why a lot of these fans don't like me, bro. Because I don't sit there and just kiss up to the club. I say what I think, and yeah, sometimes it's made me dislike a lot by a lot of my people in my fan base. But I do not care. I do not care because I'm all about the club. Everybody wants to sit here and make excuses. Nah, I do not care, man. I do not care. But listen, guys, we gotta move quickly because I'm gonna be going to Will's stream next. But let's quickly move on, guys, because I don't even want to spend too much time talking about this whole incompetent club. Anyways, guys, let's talk about this. Now, guys, you guys have seen the rumor that's been coming out during this transfer window, ladies and gentlemen, right? During the international break, they said Barcelona have backed loanee Marcus Rashford, dismissing suggestions that they could send him back to Manchester United. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this has been something that's been going on in the news outlets everywhere, guys. Apparently, they were saying that Barcelona were planning on cutting the loan deal short. Now, I'm going to make this very clear, guys. It's not true. It's all lies, okay? It's all lies. Barcelona are not, I repeat, we are not canceling the loan deal. And let me tell you something, right? If there was any truth at all to this rumor that we were planning on bringing this guy back from his loan deal, returning him back to Manchester United, bro, do you guys understand? I would want Deco's head. Metaphorically now, not literally, right? But I would want that brother's head, bro. Because Are you trying to tell me that you spent the whole transfer window, wasted the club's time, and brought this guy here just so that you could make him? Nah, man. I'm telling you right now, if there was any truth to this, guys, Deco, the fans would have been crowding the Barca offices demanding for Deco's resignation. I'm telling you now, because imagine, bro, you go and bring this guy who we didn't even want, only to now only for you to go back on it and say, oh, actually, yeah, it wasn't actually a great idea. Sorry about that, guys. Excuse me, what? What? Nah, man. No. Nope. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's an embarrassment, bro. But yeah, it says, all right. It says, yeah, that was cap. The club wouldn't make a decision like that after 3 games. Imagine if they did. Oh my days, this club is just is just jokes, man. If I was a Barcelona fan, I would have lost my head. Yeah. Hey, but here's the thing, bro. When I call these things out, people say I'm being negative. I can't win. As a Barca fan, I cannot win. I can never, ever win, bro. I can never, ever win. When I call this club out for their BS, they get at me. The people get at me. But the funny thing is, I'm usually right. It's funny how many times I accurately predict these stuff, right? But hey, I'm just negative, I guess. It is what it is. But yeah, anyways, guys, give me a second.
Sorry about that. Yeah, my mic just went off. Is we live yet? Give me a second. Let me actually rate that. Let me actually fix the rate before we get out of here. Football carnage.
Here we go. Anyways, you say I sound like a minion? Sorry, let me see. Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, sorry if the sound is a little bit messed up. It is what it is. Sorry about that. It's just that's what you do in career mode. It's not real life. Crazy. Says I agree. Deco would have to go if we did that. Rashford is the 7th highest paid player. His salary costs the registration issues this season. I'm just tired, man. I really am tired. Which country are you supporting in the World Cup? Well, I am American, but I mean I'm American, so I'm obviously gonna root for the home nation. But brother, I don't think I can. I don't think I can bring myself to support the national team. I don't think I can. I'm sorry, because dude, we just lost to South Korea, bro. We just lost to South Korea. And then you know what, right? I'm gonna say this before we close out, right? You see this Pochettino guy, yeah? Nah, genuinely, right? On God, I hate this guy. Deadass. I hate him, bro. It's no longer about football, bro. I fucking hate. Oh God, I'm fasting. I even swore. I'm literally fasting and I just swore. This is how you know I hate this guy. He's making me swear while I'm fasting, bro. I need to be careful with my words. Astaghfirullah. But brother, I don't like this guy. You see this guy here? Did you guys see what he said before the game against USA? Sitting there talking about Barcelona, saying things like, "Oh, if Barcelona ever tried to offer me the job, I would never take it." Like Barcelona ever tried to offer you the job in the first place. Brother, you have basically ruined my national team. You've made me hate watching my country play football. You think I want to endure that with my football club? I'm glad you said you never wanted to play for my club, bro. I'm glad you put it out there, bro. Because I would rather die than ever see you ever manage my club. Get out of my nation. Straight up, bro. Seriously, bro. I'm being that serious, bro. I want this brother gone, bro. I have never in my life hated a manager who's managed my country. I've seen Bruce Arena. I didn't like that guy. I didn't even like Greg Berhalter. But, brother, I would genuinely rather have Greg Berhalter back than this guy. Dead serious, bro. This guy, right? He sits there. I don't know why this guy is so obsessed with Barca, bro. Right? You have never managed our club. You played for Espanyol. You had a mediocre career, right? You couldn't do anything with the Espanyol team. You went to Tottenham, and in your prime years as a manager, never won anything with them. You went to PSG, won a few league titles there, which who cares? Everyone wins league titles in at PSG, right? You go to Chelsea, completely flop there, pissed off the whole fan base. And now you're in my country, bro. You're making me lose to South Korea. South Korea, bro. We cannot beat South Korea. We can't beat South Korea, bro. I watched us get battered by Turkey. I saw us, bro, Turkey, they just lost 6-0. They beat us. We lost to Turkey. We were battered by Switzerland 4-0. Do you guys understand, bro, what I have to deal with? And this fraud wants to sit there and talk about never managing my club. Bro, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up and get out of my nation, bro. Get out of my nation. Stay away, bro. I'm being dead serious, bro. I want this brother sacked, bro. Sack this guy. I swear to God, if he manages us in the World Cup, we'll lose in every game. Every game we're losing. Every game. Keep my club's name out of your mouth, bro. You will never manage a club like Barca, bro. You couldn't even do it with the US men's national team. What makes you think that my club will ever consider you, bro? We've never even considered you. There's never been a point where we've ever brought a conversation of Pochettino managing Barca, bro. You couldn't do it at Chelsea. What makes you think that Barca would want you? But this is my point. This is my point. This guy is obsessed with our club, bro. He says he would never manage. You are a dead liar, bro. This guy, right? This guy's a liar. And you know how you know this guy's a liar? Do you guys remember when, before he went to, was it before he went to PSG or before he went to Chelsea, right? When he was sacked, right? This brother, right? When he was asked after he left, I think PSG, they asked him, would you, no, this wasn't PSG. I think this was before he went to PSG, right? This was when we sacked Koeman or something like that. I don't know, right? They asked him, would you ever manage Barcelona? You know what this fraud said? This fraud says you never know. And now all of a sudden now he's saying he will never manage Barcelona. Bro, you are a liar. Bro, you are lucky I'm fasting, because I would have literally crashed out and said the most messed up things to you. But you are lucky, bro. I don't want to swear. I don't want to go off. But brother, this brother is so obsessed. He always likes to mention my club's name, bro. Always. Always. He can't keep our club's name out of his mouth, bro. This guy didn't even play for Real Madrid. Even Madrid legends don't talk about Barca like this guy does. This guy just loves talking about us. You know what's funny, right? This guy, right? He's such a hater. He sits there and talked about our slogan, Masker el Club. He said he doesn't understand what that means. He said he doesn't understand what that means. Bro, nobody cares what you think. Nobody asked you about Barca. No one. You are not a Madrid legend. You played for Espanyol. Espanyol, bro. This is my point. How about, instead of sitting there talking about Barcelona, a club that has nothing to do with you, why don't you try and be a better manager? You've completely you've made me hate watching my country. I used to watch the US men's national team games every time. I can't even watch the games. I could have done a match watch along yesterday. I refused to do a watch along for the for the South Korea game because I knew we were gonna lose. I didn't want to crash out on stream. I didn't even watch the game. Guys, I didn't even watch the game. I had to go back and watch the highlights. And I got pissed off watching the highlights. I'm done, man. I'm done. There you go. I didn't think I would have to go off. I'll have to go off like that. But hey, you guys got extra content, guys. Before we get out of here, big up to every single one of you. Let me read some of your chat before we do get out of here. It says, constructive criticism is a must, bro. It's not negativity. Facts. It says, no, you're good now, man. You sounded like a minion. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. As I support Brazil, but if Spain and France make it, I'll support them. I hear you, man. It says, I'll be supporting my boys Spain. I'll be supporting Spain for our boys. We will at least get six from Barcelona, and that's a squad. Yep. I'm American, but I back Spain. Hey, yo, I back Spain too. D Money. I'll back Spain too. I can't watch the national team. But it's always been a Barca hater, bro. I wasn't surprised, bro. But here's the thing with hating, bro. You know what it is, right? This guy, and you're an American, D Money, and you know this, right? This guy he's ruined football for us as Americans. We can't even watch our country play. Why is he talking about Barca when he's our manager? How about you worry about better tactics and actually building a better squad with the national team rather than worrying about a club you don't even manage? Embarrassing, man. Laporta literally said he would like to face PSG and other big teams and beat them. And what does he do in the summer? He doesn't even get a striker or a CB and a backup players. He just wants to win this year like this. Bro, why did the United States national team hire him first off? Or do this amazing shit manager? Bro, don't even get me started. I didn't want this guy from the moment. Bro, me and Steve sat there. We were screaming no when they were telling us that Pochettino was going to be our manager. We screamed no. Listen, I'll have Steve here for the Newcastle Barcelona preview, right? I'm telling you guys, bro. Go ask him. Me and him we were saying absolutely not to Pochettino before he even got hired. Before he even got hired, bro. Poch should be focused on his job better than Barca. South Korea have always been better at football nation than the US, bro. You're saying that like that's new. Everyone knows that, man. He managed Espanyol. That's all you need to know. He's irrelevant. Nobody knows him. Facts. It says Espanyol is Pochettino's level, one of the most overrated managers. Facts. Yeah, big up to you. I'm going to World Stream. Yeah, listen, guys. We're gonna be redirecting you all to Football Carnage, guys. Okay, guys. I'm going there right now for the Football Chaos show. Make sure you guys go over there. Make sure you guys smash. The hell? Well, that's one way to end the stream. Anyways, I don't know what happened there. My stream, yeah, my mic is messed up. I'm gonna get a new mic, maybe in the next episode. But look, guys, big up to every single one of you guys. Like I mentioned, this stream will be redirecting you out to Football Chaos, guys, on Football Carnage. I'm off over there, guys. I'm going there right now. So make sure you guys go and smash the like button over there. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my guy. We'll put Omar BYT rate in the comment section below, guys. And this has been another episode of the Blaugrana Buzz, guys. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalonia, and peace. Take care.